prep gear to fend off the infected, spear and DIY arm guard from magazines, then cautiously onto the rooftop, feeling like in lost relics. Little did he know, Raymond was prepared, like a psychic turning danger into advantage. Pulling the trigger revealed their location. Like dialing a phone, the family fled like wild horses, pursued by monsters like starving wolves. With the monsters inching closer, Raymond spun around to battle, his enhanced rifle turned into transformers, easily dispatching but too many, even with monsters like in Grandpa. Raymond was swamped, barely finishing one handsome one before Lady Monster leapt at him. Although quick enough to dodge a bite, he was stuck in this graceful pose, and ended up tasting a generous amount of monster blood. At the last second, the homeowner's son shot to save Raymond, like a divine intervention, realizing that as soon as Raymond's crew left, the homeowner's family became monster takeout. So only the boy escaped, truly remarkable. The boy's family saved Raymond twice, so he wouldn't ignore them. Upon reaching the rooftop, Raymond jumped into a time loop, standing on the edge as his family puzzled, quietly timing. After 12 seconds, seeing all was fine, he sighed in relief, saying monster blood doesn't infect like a no toxins report. Just then, a helicopter came nearby, but the roars in the hallway obviously beat it there, making Raymond realize it was a bad omen. Raymond hastily blocked the door like a human barrier, and only after his family boarded the helicopter did he release it. Rushing towards the location of the helicopter with all their might, tragically, it was the boy who took the lead, yet despite the urgency, all 5 of them made it out safely. It truly was an astonishing experience of being over before it had officially begun. Raymond finally caught a breath, unaware real trouble was sneaking up in the UN Maritime Command Center. The Secretary-General arranged Raymond's family in a safe house, revealing the world's disaster, the US President a zombie leader, other governments nearly paralyzed. Besides this aircraft carrier fleet, there's hardly anywhere safe, resource poor like the Hunger Games, with Raymond's fleet feeling like a desert. Hence they had to conserve resources to save Raymond. Thanks to his talent on the battlefield, it's truly a form of social media popularity. Whether in battle experience or intel gathering, Raymond is the UN top investigator, thus needing to protect a virologist to career for virus investigation. This was undoubtedly like a death sentence, and yet Raymond's family clearly didn't like it, but the general cryptically said, "We only feed people who work. Death was a done deal, do the mission or leave." For his family's safety, Raymond forced a smile and agreed, giving his wife a satellite phone, bidding emotional farewells, and boarding the plane to Korea immediately. Just when he prepared for the worst, he surprisingly landed at Seoul Airport only to face action-packed zombie attack, with the special forces assigned to protect him feeling like they'd hit the reset buttons. More zombies were drawn in, and the expert trying to transfer was so scared he looked like he saw ghosts, turning to flee, stepped right on his own foot. By the time Raymond checked, the expert was dead as a doornail, but the mission continued. It was just one of those things. Reluctantly, Raymond wanted to say something but could only leave him behind out of necessity and retreated with the US forces stationed in Korea. Once at a safe base, he immediately asked the captain, "Virus origin?" The captain led him to corpses, saying villagers found a lost soldier weeks ago. While checking the cause of death, the soldier suddenly moved and bit the field doctor, spreading the virus widely in Korea. Whether that soldier was patient 0, the captain wasn't sure, as nobody knew where the body was found. The remaining documents were accidentally incinerated, cutting off leads. As Raymond felt lost, he noticed a nearby criminal had piled up. After inquiring a soldier, he learned the criminal was ex-CIA, arrested weeks ago for a personal project. His intel was credible. Although he didn't know where the virus originated, he did know that 2 weeks before the outbreak, Israel built a super wall just in time to fend off zombie attacks. This was too planned, unless they predicted it. Raymond immediately went to Jerusalem to seek the big secret. But before that, they had to complete a very dangerous task refueling the plane, so all soldiers at the base had to mobilize. They split into 2, one covering the airport, the other seeking the fuel truck. Raymond, guarded by 2 specials, rode a silent bike to the plane. It was relatively smooth sailing, until the next second when a voice of annoyance broke the silence. "Hurry up, there are monsters." In fact, zombies had already awakened over there, and the soldiers couldn't stick around any longer. They opened fire decisively. By the time Raymond clumsily hung up the phone, nearby zombies had all awakened and launched a crazy chase after them. Luckily, the fuel truck paved the way, with the sniper covering like a machine gun, enabling 3 to reach the plane. Raymond, lagging, was tackled by a zombie. Just as he was about to get caught, the captain quickly shot to save him, but got bitten in the leg. Raymond felt a sudden wave of heartache, but none of this could be changed. The fuel was fully loaded, and they were ready for takeoff. Truly a moment of almost falling off a cliff. Seeing the situation, one special forces soldier decided to sacrifice himself to remove the hose, while Raymond quickly entered the cockpit to keep the zombies out. Helping the pilot take off, he cleared out clutter as the plane ascended. Once everything calmed down, Raymond quickly called his wife to assure her he was safe, but a nuclear explosion erupted in the distance soon after, with an impact like a bomb falling from the sky. It reached 10,000 m, causing instant loss of control. The pilot stabilized it just in time, narrowly escaping. However, Raymond wasn't happy because it meant humanity was out of moves. Upon reaching Jerusalem, he had no time to rest. He told the pilot to stand by for evacuation and rushed to meet the local leader. But to his disappointment, they didn't know where the virus came from either. They were able to react early because they intercepted a peculiar secret. The report mentioned that Indian troops were having a friendly match with zombies. Although the credibility was low, based on the principle of no smoke without fire, the leader still set up the traditional Chinese medicine sign. A lot of manpower and resources built the zombie wall, patrolled 24/7 by armed helicopters outside, constantly monitoring zombies to ensure refugees enter safely. Seeing the prosperity inside, Raymond couldn't help but feel longing, almost forgetting the purpose of his visit, just as the refugees started to celebrate by picking up the radio and singing the song Good Luck. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to subscribe.